What is up, everyone? PlutoCoffins here, covering some election results. Well, the election results that are in so far, even though the election was 2 days ago. Originally, this was supposed to be a bull session podcast episode. I re-recorded it and everything, me and Jeremiah, my co-host, but I ended up fucking deleting it because it split into two different videos, and I was trying to add them together. And it is a bunch of shit, but I ended up deleting them. So there is no Bull Session podcast tonight, unfortunately. Although that does not mean that we will not do another Bull Session podcast, because fucking that's my podcast. But instead, here I am talking about the election results by myself now, because I spent nearly an hour talking about it earlier with Jeremiah, and obviously you don't want to fucking record another fucking hour-long video. So I'm doing it by myself. Sorry, I had to light my fucking cigarello. But as you can see, Biden is at 264 electoral votes, and Trump is at 214 currently. Currently, in Pennsylvania is swinging red right now. It's leaning red. North Carolina is leaning red right now. Georgia is leaning red right now. Nevada is leaning blue. Arizona, which was called recently for Biden, and Michigan was called recently for Biden, meaning if he wins Nevada, he wins the election. Alaska is also leaning red right now. Forget about Alaska, that's fucking red. That's going red. Georgia could swing for Biden, and so could Pennsylvania. I don't think he's going to win North Carolina. So, oh, by the way, I like neither of these fucking candidates. I think they're both fucking utter garbage. I think they're both demented buffoons, the both of them. Like, Joe Biden recently was like, oh, I'm running for Senate. No, you're running for the presidency. And Trump, like, I don't know, like during the hurricane, right? 2 years ago during the hurricane, he was like, this is one of the wettest hurricanes we've seen from the standpoint of water. I don't like either of them. I think both of their policies, in Joe Biden's case, they don't go far enough or at all. Like, I don't know. Joe Biden's a corporate hack. Trump is obviously a corporate hack. He was never an outsider. But I like politics, so this is what I cover on my YouTube channel. Um, Pennsylvania, I think, is likely, could go Biden. I'm not sure, though. It might go Trump. I'm about 50-50 on that one. Georgia's interesting. As you can see, Georgia right now, 2,444,518 for Biden, and then for Trump, 2,447,015 for Trump. That could be a Biden fucking victory right there in Georgia, because most of the ballots coming in right now are mail-in ballots, meaning that they're mostly Democratic, because Trump's base is more likely to show up on election day to vote at the polls, because Trump literally told them to go to the polls because of the COVID shit, right? Because he really doesn't believe in it. I mean, he believes in that it's real, but he really doesn't believe in the danger of it, neither does his base. I mean, I believe in the danger of it, but I don't really follow the mass shit either, honestly. And I gather in crowds too. But, I mean, hey, that's just me being retarded. Nevada, probably going Biden, even though there's 16% remaining in the vote count. Most of those votes, again, are overwhelmingly Democratic. And then Pennsylvania, 90% reporting there's 10% of the vote left, and Biden's down about 50%, 50,000 votes. So I could see that one going Trump, even though it very well could go Biden. North Carolina, I don't see Biden winning that at all, but I'm 50-50 on Pennsylvania. I'm 100% sure he's going to win Nevada, and I'm about 90% sure he's going to win Georgia too. So it looks like we have a Biden election here, or a Biden win in this election here. And I think Trump will be the fourth president who's like running again to lose, like a re-election. So that's some very interesting fucking shit, right? And the other thing in this election I want to talk about is drugs. Oh, by the way, I would like to mention I did not vote. Um, I don't like voting for even though this would be the first election I'm actually allowed to vote in, besides 2 years ago, which was like for like small time, like local election, you know. Um, but I'm not ever gonna vote for an election that's the better of two evils as my choice. I'm gonna vote for someone I actually believe in. Because if I'm voting for someone, that I see that as me putting my word that he's going to do well for our country. And if I don't think they're going to do well for our country, then they can go fuck themselves and I'm not going to vote for them. Because if I vote for them, then inherently I feel responsible for what that person is doing because I put my word on it, you know? Um, kind of like that George Carlin bit about, some people say that if you don't vote, then you have no right to talk about what's going on in the country. But then George Carlin was like, but you're all the assholes that put him into power because you voted. Anyways, it's funny, right? You need to watch George Carlin. My fucking thing went out again. Election day was a major rejection of the war on drugs. This is Fox, by the way. Um, in every state where marijuana legalization or another drug policy reform was on the ballot, it won. In every state where a ballot measure asked Americans to reconsider the drug war, voters sided with reformers. In Arizona, Montana, New Jersey, and South Dakota, voters legalized marijuana for recreational purposes. In Mississippi and South Dakota, separate from the full legalization measure, voters legalized medical marijuana. Mississippi, bro. They have legal medical marijuana in Mississippi. It ain't just meth and moonshine down there no more. In Oregon, voters decriminalized but not legalized all drugs, including cocaine and heroin. Also in Oregon, voters legalized the use of psilocybin, a psychedelic drug found in magic mushrooms, for supervised therapeutic uses. So that's also interesting. I'm not sure how much cocaine or heroin, I mean, it doesn't say there, obviously, but I'm not sure how much cocaine or heroin you're allowed to have in Oregon. Like, I'm sure if you get caught with it, you're going to get a fine or whatever, like $100, $500. But, I'm sure you're only allowed to have, like, a certain amount of it on you. Otherwise, you're, like, a dealer, or they're going to charge you as a dealer, right? Um, Probably an 8 ball, maybe a quarter. I'm not sure. In Washington, D.C., voters in effect decriminalized psychedelic plants following the lead of several other cities. That is interesting because Washington, D.C., as we all know, is federal land. It's federal property. It's the federal government. That's where it runs, right? It isn't part of any state. It's federal. So, in essence, federal land is going against federal laws. That is insane. That is fucking crazy. I can't stress that enough. But also, I would like to say, I might have already said it, because I'm high as balls right now. But drugs are the reasons why I haven't been posting in the last 2 months. Um, I like to party my fucking nose off, we'll say. Anyways, the next thing I'd like to show you guys is Trump's speech. The one of election night. Joe Biden. I was gonna show you Joe Biden's speech too, but it's nothing important. It's just a bunch of cars honking at him, and it's really obnoxious. And I showed it on the podcast earlier, but again, that was deleted. Um, but it's really nothing special. Joe's basically like, "Hey, I won, guys. I'm very confident I won. We're gonna wait till all the votes are counted, but I won." So I'm just gonna show you Trump's speech. And then afterwards, I have some things to say about it. States, go! Alright, I'm gonna fast forward it, because fuck it. Thank you very much, please, sir. Thank you.
This is without question the latest news conference I've ever had. Thank you.
He looks very sad when he gave that smile, and that guy's like, I love you. And Trump, like, looks very sad for a moment. Then he gives a fake smile. He looks like a defeated man.
I appreciate it very much, and I want to thank the American people for their tremendous support. Millions and millions of people voted for us tonight, and a very sad group of people is trying to disenfranchise that group of people, and we won't stand for it. We will not stand for it.
In other words, you lost the election, and you're being a baby about it, and you're not gonna stand for you losing something. Anyway, I'll let him talk. I'll let him fucking talk.
I want to thank the First Lady, my entire family, and Vice President Pence, Mrs. Pence, for being with us all through this. And we were getting ready for a big celebration. We were winning everything, and all of a sudden it was just called off. The results tonight have been phenomenal, and we are getting ready. I mean, literally, we were just all set to get outside and just celebrate something that was so beautiful, so good, such a...
Anyways, for the next, few minutes, he talks about all the fucking states he won and how he's not able to celebrate right now, so I'm gonna skip to the important bit.
We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened?
And then they said, ooh.
Knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory. 377.
Again, talking about all his victories.
I love Ohio. We won by 8.1%, 461. So we won there. We lead by 76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden, everything just stopped. This is a fraud. Frankly, we did win this election.
I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. So our goal now is to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at...
How do you justify voting stopping? Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list, okay? It's a very simple...
Also, he's like, frankly, we won this election. But the election hasn't been called even yet, which is 2 days later. I mean, and it doesn't look like you're gonna win the election. We all knew Trump was gonna act like this if he didn't win the election, but to come out on stage and literally say you won something that you didn't fucking win, that's crazy to me. That's, insane. What reality does this fucking orange turd live in? Biden basically did the same thing, but let's be real. It looked a lot better for Biden than it did for fucking Trump. It looked like Biden was gonna win 2 days ago. Now it really looks like Biden's gonna win. In fact, I'm 99.999% sure Biden is gonna win, unless Trump does some fuckery, right? Unless Trump rigs the election himself. Like he says, the election's rigged. It's gonna be by him, because he's the fucking president, right? I don't see Trump winning this fucking election at all. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99.9% sure that Biden's gonna win, and so is everybody else, right?
It's a very sad moment.
Except maybe Trump, because he's got some tricks up his sleeve, right? He's gonna go to the Supreme Court and shit.
To me, this is a very sad moment, and we will win this. And as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it. So I just want to thank you, and I want to thank all of our support. I want to thank all of the people that worked with us, and Mr. Vice President, say a few words, please.
And then the vice president says his words where he's like, we might go to the Supreme Court. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. I think it's clear that Trump lost the election, especially considering the results at this moment. I think he's going to continue to act like a baby until Biden takes office. He might go to the Supreme Court like he threatened. And also today, I was watching CNN, and Trump came on, and he was all like telling everyone that the election's being stolen from him. And CNN literally had on the thing like, Trump without evidence saying that the election's being stolen from him. I might cover it, I might not. You know how I fucking am with the videos. But I did want to cover some of this election shit. It was supposed to be a lot longer than this. But I guess these are my fucking thoughts on this god-awful election. Oh, one more thing. Every fucking election cycle is the same fucking shit. You Americans have the smallest memory possible. Let me explain. Every election, it's the end of the fucking world. This election's gonna be the end of the world. The Democrats win, it's the end of the world. If the fucking Republicans win, it's gonna be the end of the world. It ain't gonna be the fucking end of the world every fucking election cycle. Quit fucking saying that shit. It's fucking annoying. God damn. I mean, I'm serious. I'm literally that mad about this. Because fucking, every fucking election cycle, I have to hear, oh, it's gonna be the fucking end of the world. Oh, Obama's gonna win this year. If Obama wins the 2012 election, he's the Antichrist, and he's gonna fucking take over the world and fucking destroy Israel and shit. Oh, fucking 2016, if Hillary wins, she's gonna fucking destroy the world, go to war with Russia. If fucking Trump wins, he's gonna destroy the world because he's a fucking buffoon and he's gonna accidentally fucking click the nuclear button. Oh, if fucking Biden wins, he's got dementia, he's gonna fucking do some shit like Trump would do and accidentally fucking click the button. Or if Trump wins re-election, he's gonna fucking get more ballsy with other nations and he's gonna go to war with them and shit. Shut the fuck up. None of that shit's gonna happen probably, right? Not every election cycle is the end of the fucking world, and I don't think we should treat every election cycle like it's the end of the world. In fact, I think none of the election cycles are the end of the world. Who you pick for president definitely matters, but to be this hyperbolic about every single fucking election is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm fucking PlutoCoffins. These are my thoughts about the 2020 garbage train of an election. You like my content, subscribe. If you like this video, like it. Both of these candidates are horrible. That being said, I am very left-leaning and liberal. But I didn't vote for either of them. Or anyone, really. I didn't vote for anyone. If I would have voted, I would have voted for Kanye for the lols. But yeah, this has been PlutoCoffins. I'll catch y'all later.